Now, here's where most of the first or second time homebuyers make a critical mistake. Mistake number one is chasing the lowest price. Price does not equal affordability in a lot of scenarios, especially if we're taking the difference between a $375,000 budget and a $400,000 budget. Mistake number two is ignoring the financing structure. The deal matters more than the house price. How we structure incentives for your exact situation makes a huge difference. Mistake number three, walking into a builder office all alone. You lose negotiation leverage immediately. Buyers should use a realtor before walking into a new construction community because the first person you register with often determines who represents you, and if you go in alone, the builder or sales rep represents the builder, not you. A realtor doesn't cost you anything, but gives you the leverage in negotiations, helping you understand incentives versus true value and ensures you're not overpaying or missing better options across other communities. More importantly, we protect your interests through contracts, timelines, inspections, and financing strategies, things that can easily cost you thousands if handled incorrectly. So going without me puts you in a disadvantage from day one. Mistake number four, not comparing resale versus new construction financially. They compare the kitchens instead of the numbers. You get in contact with me and you're considering other options so we can discuss what makes the most sense. Focus on the area and the location first, find the house second. Last thing you want to happen is you buy a beautiful house that you're in love with, but you are terrified to walk out your front door. That's not good for anyone. If you want to win in this market, you need to think like an investor, not just a buyer. At the end of the day, yes, you are looking at a place to live, but if we can put a little bit more time and attention into the deal that makes sure it's financially advantageous at the same time, that just makes sense. All that being said, we're going to start with the payment. We're not going to start with the price. What monthly payment do you need? Be realistic with this. You are not getting a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom cash with no money down that has been fully remodeled for $1,500 a month. That is part of my job to you, to manage expectations. I love you to death, but I'm going to keep it real with you. Then we are going to compare all the options: resale with a price cut, resale with the concessions, new construction with buy down. Looking at all of these options first, let's get the big picture. Then we are going to stack the incentives where possible. We're going to look at builder credits, we're going to look at upgrades, we're going to look at seller credits, and we're going to look at price negotiation. This is obviously going to be more towards your new construction with the design center options, but a lot of this still applies for the resale side of things. Then we're going to plan your exit. I mean, are you going to refinance later, or is this going to be a long-term hold? Is this going to be like the forever home, or is this just the right now home? Like I said, smaller families starting off with their 2-bedroom, 1-bath, you're going to want that 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath at the pool eventually. Then obviously we need to look at the whole picture here. This right here is strategy. This is not shopping the way that we are discussing things.